That's what you call standing on business right there. Oh, makes contact, devastating shot. This dude is about to leave his feet. He is stunned. He is petrified. He ragdolled him. Flapjack, pancake, it's a wrap. This dude wears a neck roll, guys. So this guy is about business on the field. When was the last time you seen a guy wear a neck roll? Midwest corn-fed type of offensive lineman that just is about his business. Oh my gosh. This dude, he looks like he got hit by a train. Getting crushed by a building is exactly what we're talking about right here. That is a pancake action, the best I've seen so far out of all these prospects. This guy is a ragdoller, a manhandler, a bully. More manhandling, more flapjack action, more short stacking. Let's check over. Boom. That man has left his feet. I don't know if you can see it because he's in white and they're in the snow. Dude's feet is in the air. He looks like, Uncle Phil throwing Jazzy Jeff out of the building right now.
Speaking Sumerian, the oldest language in human history. I can't explain
Yo,
it.
it's your boy, Big Mike Raider, and we're here for day 21 of the 30 Days, 30 Prospects Season 3, where today we're covering Savion Williams or Savion Williams. I don't know. You guys know who I'm talking about. Savion Williams from TCU, 6'5", 225 pounds. This dude is a monster at the X receiver position. But not just that. He's a Where's Waldo on the field. He can play in the slot position. He's been in the backfield at the quarterback position in wildcat situation. He's been a running back a lot of the times at TCU, doing one of those quarterback keeper kind of deals and getting like 10 yards a pop. He's a monster in the red zone with a really, really creative offense that I think the Raiders are going to be having this year under Chip Kelly. You can do a lot of things with Savion Williams, but we're going to get into it. We're going to get into the pros and cons. We're going to talk about draft placement, and then we're going to show the film to tell you what I'm talking about. But before we get into anything, you guys already know what to do. Like the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks. Big Mike Raider, Savion Williams from TCU. Let's talk about it, man. Shout out to NFLDraftBuzz.com. They have a pro comp of Nico Collins. There's other comps that are even saying Cordero Patterson, which is amazing because you guys know former Raider Cordero Patterson, even though we didn't use him the way we should have, he's great out of the backfield. He can catch the ball. He's everywhere on the field. He's a Where's Waldo. You got to account for him. He's a defensive coordinator's nightmare, right? So shout out to NFLDraftBuzz.com with the player comp. Let's talk about some of his stats at TCU in 2024. In 2024, TCU, he had 60 receptions, 611 yards, 10.2 yards per catch, and 6 touchdowns. Nothing impressive, but when you look at his film, there's things that pop to you. You'll see what I'm talking about. When he touches the ball, he's very physical, has some serious wiggle to him for a guy at 6'5", 225 pounds. His measurables are very, you got to take in consideration. Big dude on the field, right? But rushing also as well, which makes him very special to me, is 51 attempts, 322 yards, and 6 touchdowns. So, he's a guy that can be a problem in the red zone in certain packages. He can be a, 4th and short type of deal kind of guy, or an obvious pass down type of guy who can be a home run shot if you get the ball in his hands. He's one of those type of dudes. He has really good speed. He has breakaway speed. He can do a lot of things on the field that's pretty special besides catching the ball. So that's why I like him. Those are some of his stats, but let's talk about some of his pros and cons, right? Savion Williams, like I said, 6'4", 225 pounds. Started as a 3-star guy coming out of high school. He played quarterback. So this is where, the whole wildcat kind of deal comes, where he can be that guy that can, be in the backfield and quarterback keeper, even throw the ball. He has those kind of skills. So some of the pros and cons, let's talk about the strengths, right? Super athletic. This dude has 600-pound squat. This dude is a big dude, really strong. Shows surprising wiggle for a big man, demonstrating spatial awareness and lateral quickness to execute crisp jump cuts in the open field. Yeah, you don't really see guys with that kind of wiggle at that size. Like this dude will shake you, spin you out of your boots, smoke your boots, all kinds of good stuff. He does that at 6'5", right? Brings defensive coordinator nightmares with his triple threat ability. Can house it as a runner, receiver, or surprise teams with his cannon arm. So this dude does it all. I think he's a great addition to an offense, especially if you got some creative things you can do. And I believe that Chip Kelly is the right type of offensive coordinator for him in this system. He fits in perfectly. Accelerates like a sports car off the line, eating up cushion against off coverage and forcing corners to respect his vertical threat. Not just being a triple threat, he's a vertical threat. You got to account for him. Contested catches, he's the contested catch extraordinaire. This dude, 50-50 balls, he's getting after it. And that's exactly what we need with the Raiders. We don't necessarily need a wide receiver one. I think that Brock Bowers can hold it down. I think he's that anchor as far as that, I guess, that cornerstone when it comes to receivers, but he's just at the tight end position. But what we do need is a vertical threat that teams got to respect and account for. So you can find a guy like Brock Bowers underneath. And of course, you're going to have to get the running game going and things like that. But fourth and short situation, chain moving situation, obvious running downs where you want to do a little something special, get a little spicy. You got Savion Williams to kind of be back there in maybe a wildcat or quarterback keeper type of deal, or even throw the ball. He does some things that are very special, right? Accelerate. We already talked about that one. Use in advanced diamond release package to defeat press coverage, showing active hands and clever footwork to maintain leverage. An expansive tool set as far as finding ways to get open. That's the name of the game for him. Displays veteran savvy on deep routes with subtle head fakes and shoulder leans that create separation at the stem. So that's what you want from your guy who's 6'5" and 225 pounds, a guy that, has some savviness to him on those deep routes and not just a single, one-dimensional type of threat, right? He does a little bit extra. He has more to offer than that is just the 50-50 ball, right? Brings running back vision and instincts to the screen game, setting up blocks and finding cutback lanes like a natural ball carrier. Yeah, as soon as he touches the ball, you would think that he was about 5'10", 5'11", 6 foot, running the ball like a running back, but he's really 6'5" with that kind of, side to side wiggle and agility and quick twitch. You forget that he's about 6'5". So special player, right? Possesses freakish play strength that shows up in contact situations, run through arm tackles, and maintains balance through traffic. You'll see on the film, this dude's absolutely stiffed arm a dude and kept it pushing. This dude's strong too. So that's some of the strengths from Savion Williams, man. But you let me know what you think about him with the strengths. But we got to talk about the weaknesses. There are some glaring weaknesses, and we got to talk about it. He has a case of the dropsies, guys. That is unfortunate. He has a case of the dropsies. Hands are a major concern. Fights the ball on routine catches and shows inconsistent technique across all three levels. Jugs machine, guys. He's got to get a jugs machine, do his due diligence, get in the lab, get those hands out, learn how to catch the ball, do some things that will help him improve with catching. And that's a want to. It's not something that you can't learn. You can improve on those catching skills. Concentration, focus, things like that. Get with somebody that can help you with that. Raiders got the right type of people around him to kind of get him set up for that, right? And I believe that. Blocking effort and technique are well below NFL standards despite his impressive physical tools. So I say there's two things in the NFL that is a want to. It's tackling and it's blocking as a wide receiver. Now, there are offensive coordinators that like, hey, you're not touching the rock. You're not doing nothing with us if you can't block. Now, what I do know is Pete Carroll wants to run the rock. So if you're going to be a team that runs the rock, be on a team that runs the rock, you gotta block. So, you know, he'll learn pretty fast. I think he'll get into that 1-2, that mentality, that professional mentality to go out and start making blocks. And that's a 1-2, like I said. So we'll see, right? Struggles to maintain focus through the catch point, leading to concentration drops even when open. And we just talked about that. Focus, jugs machine, and learning how to focus and not trying to take the next step before you can get to the first step. Catch the ball first, then take off. So a lot of receivers kind of have that mentality like, hey, I'm trying to take off right now, but you got to get the ball in your hand first. So I think he can do that, right? Route breaks in intermediate area lack crispness, allowing corners to stay in phase through transition. So you got to run the route tree. You got to it's repetition. Now we don't know how much repetition this guy's had, but that can be learned as well, right? Needs significant work on securing catches through contact, particularly over the middle. So things he's got to work on, right? It seems like it's a toughness type of issue and a mentality to do the dirty work. So he gets with a team like the Raiders, you know, led by a guy like Max Crosby, who does the dirty work, who has the mentality to, we're going to do what it takes here. It's contagious. I think he's a good fit here. You can learn a lot from the players we do have. But you guys let me know. How do you feel about Savion Williams? We're going to talk about draft placement. I like him in the 3rd or 4th round, but we'll talk about it. You guys let me know. So speaking of that, let's get into it. So shout out once again to NFLDraftBuzz.com. DraftNet has him going number 32 overall. First round, they say he's a first-round talent. Kind of an outlier. If you look at the rest of this board, it kind of gives you an accurate depiction on where they think he's going to be, which is roughly around the 3rd or 4th round. MDDB, number 88 overall. We're looking at the 3rd round, early 3rd round type of situation. WC Gridiron has him at 91. So does Todd McShay, number 91 overall. We're looking at the 3rd round, guys. Draft Buzz, 93. 33rd team has him at 95. Draft Tech has him at 96. PFF has him at 99. ESPN has him at 102, and rounding out is NFL.com has him at 110, which you're looking at the back end of that 3rd heading into the 4th round. So what do you guys want him? If you look at the All Scouts average overall rank is number 86. That's where the Raiders pick in the 3rd round. So maybe we pick him up in the 3rd round. I'd be okay with that. I'd be happy about that. Add him as a guy who's a Swiss Army knife, a guy who can go vertical, physical guy, get him in a right situation to where, you know, around the right guys who have a different mindset. Like, hey, we're doing what it takes here. You're going to have to get down and dirty. You're going to have to block. You have to use those physical skills to make plays, not just by having the ball in your hand, but making an impact with blocking. And I think that the Raiders, this whole team, it would be a good fit for him. But you guys let me know. Savion Williams, 3rd or 4th round. I like it. I think it's a home run in the 3rd round. If we can get him in the 4th round, which I doubt, I think he'll probably be in that mid-3rd round if we don't pick him up. Kind of let it ride out. I think he can land somewhat in that mid-3rd round. But you guys let me know what you think about Savion Williams in a nutshell. But guys, that is everything I needed to talk about. Let's get into the film. Savion Williams has quietly built a reputation as one of the most physically gifted wide receivers in the 2025 NFL draft. At 6'5" and 225 pounds, the TCU standout presents a rare size-speed combination that makes him a matchup nightmare on the perimeter. In 2024, Williams totaled 923 yards and 12 total touchdowns, showing flashes of dominance as a vertical threat and contested catch specialist, as well as a threat in the backfield and wildcat-like packages. Williams thrives on the outside, where his size and catch radius gives quarterbacks a wide margin for error. He high points the football with ease and routinely wins in traffic. His long strides and deceptive acceleration allow him to stack defensive backs downfield, and he's a legitimate red zone weapon. With the ball in the air, few receivers in his class are as confident or physically imposing. That said, Williams is still developing as a complete receiver. His route tree at TCU was somewhat limited, and he'll need to refine his footwork and break to separate more consistently at the next level. For the Las Vegas Raiders, drafting Savion Williams in the 3rd or 4th round could pay off in a big way, with Brock Bowers drawing top coverage and Jacoby Myers handling short and intermediate work. Williams could serve as a high-ceiling wide receiver 2 or 3 with clear situational value. His size makes him an immediate red zone threat in so many aspects of the offense, something the Raiders' offense has lacked for years. Williams wouldn't need to be a focal point right away, which is ideal for his development. In the right system, with time to polish his game, he has the tools to become a dangerous perimeter weapon who can stretch the field and convert key third downs. For a team like Las Vegas looking to add length, explosiveness, and depth to its receiving core, Williams is a mid-round pick with big play upside. You guys see it right here, Savion Williams in a nutshell, guys. You see him stiff-arming a defender, like I said, going down, getting about 10 yards of pop out of the backfield like that. You see him motioning. He's a Where's Waldo screen play. He gets the ball in his hands, and he's going for a chunk play right here. He's very elusive. Now you see him in red zone goal line situations. This guy is an immovable object. He's getting in the end zone more likely than not. But, guys, that is Savion Williams in a nutshell. Let me know what you think about him. I like him in the third round. You know, some experts have him falling down to the fourth. I think number 86 overall with the Las Vegas Raiders will be a perfect fit for Savion Williams. But you guys let me know. That is day 21 of the 30 days, 30 prospects, and I'll see you on the next one. But before we get out of here, you guys already know what to do. Like the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks. Peace.
That's what you call standing on business right there. Oh, makes contact, devastating shot. This dude is about to leave his feet. He is stunned. He is petrified. He ragdolled him. Flapjack, pancake, it's a wrap. This dude wears a neck roll, guys. So this guy is about business on the field. When was the last time you seen a guy wear a neck roll? Midwest corn-fed type of offensive lineman that just is about his business. Oh my gosh. This dude, he look like he got hit by a train. Getting crushed by a building is exactly what we're talking about right here. That is a pancake action, the best I've seen so far out of all these prospects. This guy is a ragdoller, a manhandler, a bully. More manhandling, more flapjack action, more short stacking. Let's check those. Boom. That man has left his feet. I don't know if you can see it because he's in white and they're in the snow. Dude's feet is in the air. He looks like, Uncle Phil throwing Jazzy Jeff out of the building right now.